multi-story residential low-rise there. But this is what is happening all over Georgetown as the city and the country gets transformed. Now, I made an argument in the previous video that they should move these heavy industries outside of Georgetown for the simple logical reason that they actually pollute the environment with cancer-causing chemicals, carcinogens. You know, you have a power plant in the middle of a residential community, such as the GPL power plant in Kingston. You have the oil industry. A lot of oil companies have set up their operations in Georgetown along the bank of the Demerara River. And so you have, you know, places like Halliburton and Schlumberger and so on, who set up their operations there. And so you have a problem with these, what do you call them, industries, heavy industries, being located in residential communities. It's another empty lot that is probably going to be snapped up pretty soon next door. And of course, this is a multi-unit apartment building. I think I covered it recently. I think this is also part of the Bihari's properties, group of properties, right? It's a residential apartment building. You've seen that in previous videos, and up the street is a new multi-unit apartment building, which we'll see at the end of this video. So what I'm saying is that it is time for us to move heavy industries out of the city, like the oil industry, like the forestry, and other heavy equipment industry. So this is the new apartment building here in Oleander Gardens that was almost completed the last time we were here. You can see it's actually been landscaped. They have a roof garden now with plants on the roof deck. And we'll go around to the front and see what that looks like. But over here, this is also a multi-unit apartment building. And so what I'm arguing is that it's now, of course, covered by the law. In other words, 2 or 3 years ago, it was not legal to own a condominium, to buy a condominium in Guyana, but now it is. The law was changed in 2023 so that you could buy a condominium and actually get a mortgage to pay for it. And now that that is legal, oh, there's still some scaffolding. As you can see, there's still some scaffolding. So this apartment building is probably not totally complete, right? But like I said, it's now quite possible for you to buy a condominium and get a loan from the bank to pay for it in Guyana because it's now covered by the law, right? And that is in fact going to make it possible. It's now going to be quite easy to build these multi-story condominiums and apartment buildings because they are legal. It's now legal for you to own an apartment or a condominium in a multi-unit high-rise or low-rise building such as this one. And like I said, that is what we're doing. One of the companies that I'm starting is building high-density, high-rise condominiums because it's an option that has not yet become popular in Guyana. It's not yet available. And so Eco Smart Homes is my answer and solution to that, so that young people can actually buy high-quality living accommodations. And this is not to disparage or to discredit people who want to live on a piece of land and build their own home, or want to buy a house that has been built on a piece of land, so you get a backyard and a front yard and lawns and so on. This is just another option, right? So this is just to show you how the housing arrangements are changing. Morning. In Guyana, this is Oleander Gardens. It's the front of industry, and the reason why I'm showing you this is just an update on the construction of that condominium. Right, that condominium that was being constructed a few years ago. Well, a few months ago, 3 months ago, I think, since the last time we were here. It's also 3 months. Ah, there's some dogs. Fighting with themselves. I think about 4 years ago, during the pandemic, this house was also under construction. It seems to have been completed now, and it might be a single family home. So for the people who want to return to Guyana, the options are now expanding. Not only can you build your own single family home, you can also buy a condominium, and I have a website already set up to have people view and monitor the development of the condos that I'm constructing. But here in Oleander Gardens, you can see clear examples of what already exists in terms of multi-unit condominiums. Now this plot of land, which is now covered with sand, was only a few months ago an old house. I remember barely capturing it in a previous video, not wanting to use it as a distraction, so I didn't really film it, but I was tempted to go and take a look inside of it because I knew it wouldn't be very long before it's been demolished. And this is the most recent condominium, like I said, being built by the Bihari company here, and they have parking ports on the outside of the building. So it's a kind of solution that eventually needs to be updated, upgraded, because eventually, as condominium living becomes common and popular, people are actually going to want safer arrangements for their vehicles when they park overnight. And this plot of land is also being cleaned up, most likely for construction, right, for development. But this is what we're looking at. New condominium here at Oleander Gardens, here in Industry, right? That's now completed and represents the future of housing expansion, housing development here in Georgetown, or in Oleander Gardens on the East Coast. Right, this one is now completed. I think they're now residents who live here. And it seems also to be furnished. But that's it, guys. That's what's up. I just wanted to give you a further update on new developments here in Oleander Gardens as far as multi-unit condominiums. This seems to be the community with the most multi-unit condominiums and is representative of what I think the future will be, because the law now permits the construction and the purchase of these condominiums. Now, over time, I suppose the options and the quality of these buildings will improve. For example, I think it would be nice to live on the 20th floor of a multi-unit high-rise condominium on the banks of the Demerara River in Georgetown. We're currently the Georgetown section of the Demerara River has been zoned for industries. I think over time that has to change. They have to remove those industries and make the property, the land, available for construction of condominiums and hotels and shopping centers and so on. But this is what it looks like here on the East Coast. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Remember also looking at this house for rental the last time, 10 years ago when I returned, because it was that greenhouse was actually also on the market for rental, was a rental property. And I took a look at it on the inside. That's it, guys. This is what's happening here. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing economy in the world, Guyana. Later.